In this section, I'm going to focus on the small detail that I might have missed when I go through all my full screen animation. This shouldn't take too long. It should take around 5 to 10 minutes to finish. Let's get into it. The first step that I would do is actually adding transition into each scene, because as you can see here, it's not really smooth. It just like cut to another scene right away. So what I would do is I would actually applying the theme burn transition over that gap. First, we need to find our theme burn transition. I'm going to head over to Motion Array to find the asset that I need to use. Let's click Motion Graphic and let's search up theme burn. After you find the one that you like to use, let's go ahead and downloading it. Now let's bring our transition into CapCut. The next step, we're going to pick the transition that I would like to use and drag it into our timeline. Let's use this one right here. Perfect. The next step is you're gonna make it full screen by rotating and then just scale it up. And then to erase this back screen here, you're going to blend mode right here and then select brighten. But I think the speed is quite slow, so I'm going to speed it up. That's good. Next step, I also want to make it white, so we're going to turn down saturation all the way to 0. That's good. The next step is we're going to apply this to every transition. Let's stop here. Move it. So forward. Let's stop here. Press it here. That's good. Move on next one. How do like, comment, share, save, everything back in the After we apply the transition into every spot that we want, the next step is we're going to add zoom in and zoom out. First, we're going to add a keyframe at the start and go forward, and then add another keyframe and go up the scale. Let's set to 150.
And it's not because of their content. Anyone can do this. It's because of one simple.
Let's zoom in more.
It's because one simple tactic you're missing out on. And that's a CTA. That's a C. And that's a CTA.
That's how I can use the zoom in, zoom out to keep audience engaged, right? So every 3 seconds, I try to keep everything moving. When he's talking about one small tactic, that's not a keyword in the video. So I use zoom in to emphasize that key point
you're missing out on. And that's a CTA.
And when he speaks about CTA, that's like the main topic of the video. That's why I zoom in really close to his face to really emphasize and tell the audience that this part of the video is really important and you have to pay attention. Again, we're going to add zoom in after the transition.
And if you're, whether that's giving value, selling a course, doing whatever, tell them.
Again, we're going to add zoom in.
Tell them to like, comment, share, save.
Let add a zoom in when he's saying everything.
Save everything after the video is over. Because this simple strategy is getting people millions of followers, millions of leads, millions of dollars in their bank account.
Again, we're going to add after the transition happen. And then in the long stretch here, at the end, I'm going to add slow zoom out toward the end. So what I mean by that, let's set a keyframe here, and then let's move forward and then set a keyframe. And then you're going to turn up the scaling slightly. Let's say turn to 85, but you're gonna move this keyframe all the way to the end.
CTAs throughout your videos. I put together a doc explaining how I grew to almost 1 million followers in 2 months, so comment down below CTA if you want it.
And that's it. We just finished touching up our video. Let's move on to the next step. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Video Editing Master Course. In the previous video, we just finished touch up our video. We just go with some small detail and some transition, some zoom in and zoom out. The next step in my video editing process is adding caption. So let's get into it. So on CapCut, if you want to add some caption into your video, you're going to go ahead and click text right here. Going to auto caption, select the language and then pick English, then click create. Let's remove the caption that's actually generated in the title section right here because we don't want that. The next step I want to do in the caption process is I'm going to caption and then I'm going to break it up a little bit. So after CapCut create the caption for me, I'm going to go ahead and kind of break it down a little bit because this one is way too long, right? I try to keep it only one line, and then in that one line, right, I only keep up to 3 to 4 word maximum. For example, I personally gained, then I'm gonna cut it right there, and then 300,000 followers. 100,000 followers. And then we're gonna cut it. One video from this method. Okay. And it's not because. And it's not because. Let's break it up right here. And it's not because cut of their contents. Their content. Anyone can do this. It's because of. Right here as well. It's way too long. Tactic. It's because of. Simple tactics. Let's break it out here. That you're missing out on, and that's a CTA. You see the. Let's cut here to emphasize the word CTA. Yeah. You see the problem. Let's break here. The problem today. People are mindlessly scrolling social media. Let's break it right here as well. Social media. And if your content's getting millions of views, it's important to remind these people to take action after the video. Whether that's giving value to someone. So you have to fix some mistake that CapCut might have made when they create the caption. Doing whatever. Tell them to like. So in this part right here, I'm going to break it down to only one single word. Like, comment, share, save, everything. Because I want to emphasize each word like really clear. Like, comment, share, save, everything. After the everything. Comment, share, save everything after the video is over. Video is over. Because this simple strategy is getting people millions of followers, millions of leads, millions of their bank account. And there's endless amount of ways to create CTAs throughout your videos. I put together a doc, so let's just change here. Explain doc, explain high. Too much. So comment. GTA if you want it. So after we're done break down the caption, next step we're going to select the font. Make sure this one is on, apply to all, because when you tick this one on, the effect that you apply to one is going to apply to all the caption. Make it bold, and then let's add shadow. It's millions of dollars in their bank account. And the next thing that I would do is, we notice here, the caption is white, and then his shirt that he's wearing is also white, right? It's make it hard to read. So the next step that I would do is I would go to media and go to space library and go using this black screen here and apply under the caption. It's not because of we're going to go ahead and create shadow at the lower bottom of the video to make the text pop. Let's compounding it. Now let's use the masking to go to horizontal, flip it, make smooth out the edge using feather control, and put it below here, just like that. Next step we would do, I would go to basic and lower the opacity to 85. As you can see, the text is now a lot easier to read. And that's it. We're just finishing adding caption into our video. And then let's move on to the next step. Welcome to the video editing master course. We're going to now move on to the next step into my video editing process. After we're done adding our caption, we're going to move on into sound effect. Let's just start with the first section.
This is the secret to how the biggest creators grow millions of followers each week.
First, I want to add sound effect into the word secret, because secret, it's spelling out word by word, like typing it out. So I'm going to add typing sound. I use Epidemic Sound for most of my sound effect. So let's type in typing. Let's go with this one, typing, keyboard typing 4. Let's download it. Now let's bring it into CapCut and then let's drag it onto our timeline right here.
This is the secret to how the...
Right, and then let's cut it when the text stops spelling it out. Boom.
This is the secret to how the...
Now to see the movement here, I'm going to add the deep whoosh sound effect. This sound effect is built in CapCut, so we're going to audio and then let's search up deep whoosh. That's good. Let's start right here. Then
Biggest creator.
But we're gonna lower the volume to -7.
The biggest creators. Biggest creators grow millions of followers each week.
I'm going to add the camera shutter sound effect here. So let's go to sound effect and then let's go to Foley and then let's go to camera. I like this one more, so let's go with camera shutter 7.
Millions of followers each week.
Let's add it where the transition begins to start. That's good. So after the transition, I see that his head is moving up, right? So I'm also gonna add deep whoosh into that as well. Let's add.
I personally gained 300,000 followers off what? I personally gained 300,000.
I'm going to add sound effect for 300,000. Let's go back to Epidemic Sound to find the sound effect. Let's go with this one because this one is spelling out quite fast, so I'm gonna use this one. And then let's drag it onto our CapCut. Now let's bring it to the timeline. Start right here, so let's bring it first. And then let's cut it when it stops here. Bring the volume up to 10.
I personally gained 300,000 followers off one video from this method.
Same thing. We're gonna use the same sound effect that we used for the transition earlier.
And it's not this method.
Also the zoom in as well.
And it's not because of the content. Anyone can do this. It's because of one simple tactic.
So start right here.
one simple tactic you're missing out on, and that
again here when he's zooming, when he's speak about CTA.
it's a CTA, and that's a CTA.
Same thing, sound effect for transition. Use the same one to save the time.
You see the CTA. You see the problem today is that people.
Now we're gonna add the sound effect that match with his head, like crack, open up. Let's go on Epidemic Sound and find the cracking sound effect. Let's use this one. Now let's bring into our CapCut. Now let's add the sound effect when the head start opened up. It should be right here. Let's add it here.
You see the problem today is that people are.
Good. Maybe add the volume to 5.
The problem today is that people are mindlessly scrolling through social media, and if you're.
Again, we're going to add the sound effect for transition.
And if your content's getting.
And also the zoom in after the transition as well.
If your content's getting millions of views, it's important to remind people to take action after the video. Whether that's giving.
Again here, also add when the hand coming out, we're going to add the sound effect.
Whether that's giving values.
Good.
Whether that's giving value, selling a course, doing whatever. Help.
Let's add again. Let's add again the sound effect for the transition. Clean.
Like, comment, share, save, everything.
When you zoom in again, just add deep push here. When you said everything.
Everything after the video is over.
Let's repeat it.
It's over. It's over. Is this simple strategy is getting people?
And also the whoosh.
Is this simple strategy is getting people millions of followers, millions of leads?
Good. Now these two in the scene right here, I'm going to lower the volume to 7.
Is this simple strategy is getting people millions of followers, millions of leads, millions of dollars in their bank account?
With dollar, I'm going to use something like a cashier sound effect. So let's search it up, cash. We're gonna use the cash sound effect like this one. This one good, let's use this one. Bring into the CapCut and add into our timeline. Start right here, so.
Dollars in their bank account. And there's endless amount of ways to incorporate CTAs throughout your videos. I put together a doc explaining how I grew to almost 1 million followers in 2 months. So comment down below CTA if you want it.
And that's it, we finished this step of the video, and now let's move on into the next one. In this video, this is going to be our last step in my video editing process, which is exporting the video. So after you're done editing your video, you're going to head to the corner top right here that said export. You're gonna click it. Now you can have name right here at the top. So let's just name it video editing master course sample video. That's the name right here. So this is going to be on your file name, and then we're going to export to. So this is where you want your video to end up being after exported. And you can pick the folder. It can be in your desktop, in folder that you create. It could be anywhere on your MacBook or your PC. So let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be resolution. This control the quality of the video. As you know, 4K is the highest that we have right now, and then 2K, 180p, 720p, and 480p. I usually go for 4K. Bitrate just set to recommended, and then codec I always go with H.264. Format I just set it to MP4, and then frame rate just try to match with the video that you're editing. And then I'm going to pick 30 for this project that I'm doing. And then after that, export audio. So this, if you take this one, so it's tell CapCut to actually exporting the video and the audio separately into 2 files. But we don't want that for this project, so let's turn it off. And then if you turn on caption exporting right here, the CapCut gonna export the caption that is actually generated in the video. But we also doesn't want that for this project. And then after everything look good, we're going to go ahead and click export the video. Let's see the final product.
This is the secret to how the biggest creators grow millions of followers each week. I personally gained 300,000 followers off one video from this method. And it's not because of their content, anyone can do this. It's because of one simple tactic you're missing out on, and that's a CTA. You see, the problem today is that people are mindlessly scrolling through social media. And if your content is getting millions of views, it's important to remind people to take action after the video. Whether that's giving value, selling a course, doing whatever. Tell them to like, comment, share, save, everything after the video is over. Because this simple strategy is getting people millions of followers, millions of leads, millions of dollars in their bank account. And there's endless amount of ways to incorporate CTAs throughout your videos. I put together a doc explaining how I grew to almost 1 million followers in 2 months, so comment down below CTA if you want it.
And that's it, guys. We just finished our last step in my video editing process.